Hey guys, Jimmy Flores here with Rhino Tactical. Today we're going to be talking about shooting with both eyes open part 2, which is high speed shooting equals high speed seeing. So before I say anything else, I'm going to just mention that all the targets that I shot today were about 10 yards away, 30 feet in the Simi Valley range where they train John Wick and a good buddy of mine resides, Taryn Butler. Anyway, the second thing I wanted to say real quick before we shoot this video is make sure that before you do any dry firing of any type in your house or to do these exercises that I'm showing you, that you have a completely empty gun with a magazine. If it's a cert magazine, a dummy magazine is fine. Just make sure that you are completely safe to do this exercise that I'm going to show you, to how to make your eyes super, super fast so that you can shoot super, super fast. So last week, guys, we talked about shooting with both eyes open. This week, we're going to talk about shooting high speed, seeing high speed. So basically, whenever you acquire a target, you're going to be looking to their next target before the gun gets there. In other words, if I acquire a target, my eyes are going to be shifting left, and then I'm going to reacquire the target. Once I'm done with this array, I'm going to look in the direction that I want to shoot, right or left, in this case left. Reacquire the target, engage my target if I want. I'm going to do a reload at this point where I'm going to keep the gun in the workspace. In my peripheral, I'm going to shift my focus to the magwell, reload the gun, re-extend, reacquire the target, extend my shots, reacquire, extend my shots, look again, and reacquire, extending my shots out to the target. That's basically what we're going to do. So high speed shooting involves high speed seeing. You have to be able to look to the left target as fast as you can, or to the right target as fast as you can before you get there. Because if you're just sighting your sights, like straight down, you're looking through your sights, and then you do this, keeping on your sights there, you're going to be really slow. I'm here, I'm looking, pivoting, looking, pivoting, looking, pivoting, looking, pivoting. Now, I moved my head to show you exaggeratedly how you can acquire the targets, which some people need to do it first, and that's fine, but try to use your eyes, because high-speed shooting is high-speed seeing. So you want to let your eyes do all the work. Don't shift your body over it. It's much easier if you just shift your eyes, then reacquire the gun onto the target. So you're here, shift, 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 and shift, okay? And that's basically how that works. Now let's look at this array, shooting both hands at the same time. Watch my eyes if you can closely. Watch what I'm doing with my eyes. You may not be able to see it, but know that I'm looking to my next target before I acquire it and re-engage it. Okay, on this next array, I'm going to be shooting right-handed, which means the gun is going to want to recoil to the left. The gun will always recoil to the point of least resistance, kind of like electricity. It's always going to go to the point of least resistance. So the gun is here. It's going to want to recoil. I'm going to use that recoil as I'm looking to my next target, reacquiring the target, pressing the trigger, let the recoil as I am looking, let it travel to the next target, re-engage the target. Boom, boom, the gun goes over. Now this time the recoil is going to be the left, so I'm just going to counter recoil it and bring it back as I'm looking, reacquire the sights. Again, gun is going to recoil to the left. I'm going to look to the right and bringing the gun over to the next target and re-engaging. Whenever you shoot right or left-handed, use the recoil of the gun naturally. If the gun obviously wants to go left, acquire your targets right to left. Okay, if you're shooting left-handed, we'll talk about that in a second. Acquire your targets left to right. Now, there's going to be times where you have to acquire targets in either direction. So, but if you get the chance, always acquire on a single-handed shot, right-handed, acquire the targets right to left. Let the recoil do the work just after you get your eyes to the target. Does that make sense? Okay, here we go. Let's watch this next array. Okay, now here's the thing too. When you're shooting left-handed, remember the gun is going to want to recoil to the right. So I'm going to place the gun on the target. I'm going to press the trigger. Gun is going to go off to the right, and I'm actually going to look there just before it gets there. Again, I'm going to reacquire the target, press and engage the target. Gun is going to recoil. I'm going to look to the right. Gun is going to come over, reacquire the target. I'm going to press. At this point, it's going to be counter recoil, which means gun is going to be recoiling to the right, and I am looking to the left and bringing the gun back online, back to the left target, reacquiring. Gun is going to want to recoil to the right. I'm looking left, take the gun back over, and then reacquire the target. Now, there are going to be times, like I said, where you're going to go counter recoil, which means gun is recoiling to the right. You're going to want to pick up a left target. Gun is recoiling to the left. You're going to want to pick up a right target. So you'll have to deal with that when you can. And let's look at this next array and see how you do that. See how it just goes to the left? Recoils to the right and goes to the right. The next thing we're going to talk about is the science of seeing through a mag change. So again, I'm going to bring the gun up. I'm going to acquire the target. I'm going to press. Using my eyes to shift over, reacquire the target. I'm going to press. Using my eyes to shift over, reacquire my target, and I'm going to press. Now at this point, say I want to do a reload. So what I would do is I would bring the gun into my workspace. I'm keeping the target in my peripheral. In other words, I'm looking over the gun, through the gun, and onto the target. So from here, I'm going to release my magazine, shifting my eyes to my magwell. At that point, as soon as I engage the magazine into the magwell, I'm going to extend the gun out, reacquiring the target, shifting my focus to the target, of course, and re-engage. Again, next array, eyes follow, next array, the eyes are going to acquire that target first. The biggest thing to remember when you're doing a reload is you want to do quick focus. From here, I'm looking, acquiring my focus of a magwell, going up, as soon as I get it in, reacquiring target and re-engaging. Those focuses have to be really quick. The nice thing about refocusing on the magwell is that is actually a trigger point for me to relax, because if you don't relax, like I've said before in past videos, you're never going to be able to get that reload in soft and re-extend out. So let's watch this next array coming out of a holster. So on that array, I came out of a pocket holster, which basically means that I had the mags in my pockets. And I wanted to show you guys that it doesn't matter as long as you're focused, whether you come out of a pocket, whether you come out of a pouch, a saddlebag, or where you come out of a regular mag pouch. So as long as you keep your focus on what you need to focus, doesn't matter where you pull that magazine from. Okay, let's watch this next array where I actually come out of a competition holster, and this applies for duty holsters as well. The only thing on the duty holster is I would have to unsnap my mags and grab my mags and then put them into the mag well. All right, so let's watch this next array. Straight from the draw. Again, second array, watch my eyes. I'm going to shoot, look, I'm going to shoot, look, I'm going to shoot, look. Okay? Did you catch it that time? Okay. So again, high-speed shooting requires high-speed seeing. So look ahead of where you want to shoot to get the best and quickest sight picture. And again, remember, let the sights dictate the cadence of fire. As soon as your sights line up, press the trigger and you'll be on target. We'll talk to you guys later. And one more time before I let you guys go, please make sure that you are practicing with a safe weapon. In other words, make sure that the gun is completely unloaded with no round in the chamber. You have empty magazines, or you can use these weighted magazines. No magazines and any bullet goes back into the gun so that you have the potential of chambering around. Don't let that happen. Use dummy weighted magazines. Make sure the gun is empty. The other thing you guys can do also is I have a company called 1939 Productions who likes to send me these barrels. They are great barrels. I use them for my students in all my classes. And this allows me to see that the students actually have not anything in it there. It's incapable of chambering around. It's solid on the back. So that's really nice about that. And you can put your own stamp or whatever you want. In this case, it says Rhino Tactical. In this case, it says Be the Weapon, which is kind of cool. So when this goes in the gun, I know that by looking at a student, it's completely safe and it's inert. Okay, so just make sure that wherever you're going to practice, whether it's indoor or outdoor, also gun is unloaded, make sure you are dry firing in a safe direction. Okay, guys, safety, safety, safety. We'll talk to you next time. Stay safe.